Hello, B1 family, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, The Big Black American Secret. My name is Daniel Jackson, and today I want to talk to you about an aspect of the system of racism, white supremacy. The system of racism, white supremacy is like an octopus, and it has tentacles. Let's say it's got 8 or 9 tentacles. Each one of those tentacles helps the system of racism, white supremacy. Right now, I'm going to talk to you about the one tentacle, this tentacle is labeled. It's the civilian local enforcement arm of the system of racism, white supremacy. It's the local enforcement arm of the system of racism, white supremacy, better known as the policing system, local police departments. Okay. Now, before I get into that, and I'm also going to show a video in this video, and it's purely for entertainment purposes only. Don't like any copyright strikes or anything, so it's purely for entertainment purpose. Purely for educational purposes only. So I'm going to read the goal of this channel, and the goal of this channel, which is to build an unstoppable army of knowledgeable black melanated Americans and around the world that understand that we as melanated people have one enemy worldwide, and that enemy is the system of racism, white supremacy. Our mission through education is to replace this evil system with a system of freedom, justice, and equality as laid out by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We will need your help in building this knowledgeable army. You can help by subscribing to this channel, by donating to this cause through Cash App or PayPal, and by sharing the videos you watch here and any knowledge that is shared. In doing so, together we help fertilize the mentally enslaved, colonized minds of black melanated people worldwide, creating the perfect mental conditions for our children to grow up in a better, more balanced world. Okay? And Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's video will be in the description. So please, after you watch this video, get with your children and watch Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's video to fully understand the system of this evil system of racism, white supremacy. Now, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you a video in a minute, but technically, the system of racism, white supremacy has a few tentacles. Again, it's like an octopus. And these octopuses protect and feed the system. Our current local police force is the civilian enforcement arm of the system of racism, white supremacy. Its purpose is to keep its foot on the necks of black people locally. Now, let's contrast that with the international enforcement arm of the system of racism, white supremacy, would be our military force. Its goal is to keep its foot on the neck of melanated people worldwide. Do you see how that works? You see what I'm saying? Okay? You may have never heard that term before, but it's absolutely true. And I'm going to go through and explain to you why and how. Okay? But let me go over a few things first. The police force started. Well, let me go all the way back to the beginning. Christopher Columbus came to the Americas, the West Indies, and started enslaving the indigenous people, i.e. the Aboriginal Americans, who are you and I. Again, you are on the channel, The Big Black American Secret, and the secret is you are an Aboriginal American. You are an indigenous American. We have been lied to because of the system of racism, white supremacy, to believe the lie of the out of Africa theory, which states that, the out of Africa theory is simply this. They found the jawbone of a Homo sapien dating back 2.8 million years in Ethiopia. So therefore, the theory says that because that's the oldest living bones found in Africa, every black person must have come out of Africa and migrated to every place else. And then there's also the theory of where all the land masses were combined together at one point, so everybody came out of the same people. Now again, that theory is flawed, but the reason the theory exists is to somewhat try to make the Bible credible, saying that all people came from one people or one person, but that's not the case. Now, the flaw in the theory, the out of Africa theory, is white Europeans do not allow digging in any other continent except for Africa down 2.8 million years because they know what you'll find. The further down you deep, the blacker it gets. You will find melanated peoples in the ground 2.8 million years or older because we didn't migrate out of Africa. We are indigenous to this continent. We are from the dirt of this continent. Again, you are an Aboriginal American, as stated by the 1828 definition of American. Okay? Now, I'm going to, I'm so passionate about these subjects, I tend to talk fast and skip ahead a little bit. But anyway, so Christopher Columbus came to the West Indies, started enslaving the indigenous people, i.e. your ancestors and mine. And a few months later, the Roman Catholic Church, I'm gonna pull it up here. I have it pulled up here. The Roman Catholic Church basically gave them the thumbs up to colonize, convert, and enslave our ancestors here in America. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around and I'm gonna show you this. This is Pope Alexander. In the year 1493, Pope asserts rights to colonize, convert, and enslave. Pope Alexander, looks like the 6th, issued a Papa Bull, or a decree, called the Inter Caetera, in which he authorized Spain and Portugal to colonize the Americas and its native peoples as subjects. This decree asserts the rights of Spain and Portugal to convert and enslave the peoples of our ancestors here in America. Now, that being said, because the Roman Catholic Church declared war on our ancestors, war was never undeclared. Therefore, we are still at war. The only thing is we don't know it. The reason we are treated the way we are treated is because we are prisoners of war. We have the freedom to walk around and go to the grocery store, so therefore we think we are free. We are not. We are being held captive on our own land. Okay? Now, that being said, let's get to these police officers. Now, I have something else pulled up here, and it's called, the police force was born out of slave catching. Okay? Now, I'm going to turn this around again, and this is the slave patrols, an early form of American policing. And here's an oath that they took. It says, I, the patroller, their name will go there, do swear that I will as searcher of guns, swords, and other weapons among the slaves in my district, faithfully and as privately as I can, discharge the trust repose in me as the law directs to the best of my powers. So help me God. That's the slave catcher's oath, North Carolina, 1828. Now, why is that important? It's important because it explains to you why you are treated the way you are as black people, or why we are treated the way we are as white people. Technically, we are still seen as slaves and or property. We're not seen as citizens or people. You understand? Real important to understand that. Now, I'm going to show you this video. I'm going to point out a few things that lines up perfectly with what I just read, okay? Let me see if I can get this going real quick, please. Thank you for your patience, okay? Okay. And you may not be able to see. Let's see, what is this? The video is kind of dark.
Dude, stop. We're trying to help you.
But we'll be able to hear everything that's going on. It's not a very long video, so we'll talk after it's gone off.
Hey man, you trying to get home? Are you trying to get home? You sure? You need a ride somewhere? Hey, look, we just want to make sure you're all right. We just want to make sure you're all right. Sir, you need to talk to us, okay? Sir. Can you calm down? All right. Sir.
Don't touch me.
Sir, look, we just want to talk to you. All right?
I'm on the way home. I'm straight.
Okay.
Hold on. Where are you going?
Okay, but you're walking in the middle of the road.
I understand it. My bad. How long?
We just trying to figure out where you're going.
Home. I just said.
Oh,
Oh, you okay?
watch out, man.
Where's home at?
Do you want us to just give you a ride?
I do this every night. There. I'm straight.
Okay. You ain't cold or nothing?
No.
With that cheese shirt on? What's your name, man? Huh? You don't know?
Trying to get this to stop, I want to mention something. You see how the police officers are always asking us where we're going. Think about it. Back during slavery. Okay, nigger, where are you going? Where are you from? Who do you belong to? You understand what I'm saying? Free citizens don't have to answer these kind of questions. That's not something citizens have to be concerned with. Only slaves. You understand what I'm saying? Think about that. Slaves are required to be known. Who are you? Where are you going at all times? That's the mentality of these slave catchers.
Can you just stop and talk to us for a minute? Do you mind? Do you mind just talking to us for a minute? Just talk to us for a minute. Just talk to us for a minute.
I ain't gonna put my hand on female. Please don't touch
Okay.
me.
I'm just trying to get your attention, okay? We're just trying to make sure you're okay.
Ma'am, don't touch
Trying to
me.
make sure you're okay. We're trying to make sure you're okay. Sir?
No, what? Right. No, what? We're doing an investigation. I don't care. I'm going home. You were officially detained. No. Yes.
Sir?
Yes, you are. Bro, stop.
Stop.
Just relax.
Just relax, all right?
Just relax.
We're just trying to talk
Bro,
to
I
you.
got an anger problem. Please get off. Y'all not, no.
Stop.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch you.
Yeah, you did stop. Put your hands behind your back now. You are not free to go.
Wow.
The next thing we do is going to be get a charge. Right now we're because you're pushing our office.
I'm not pushing. How am I pushing on you? Give us the channel. My house is right there.
Can you just tell us the address?
Please let me go.
Wow, you're really this works right now. Honestly. Okay, be quiet. All right. It's not back here.
You also notice how these cops, when they get into this slave catching mode, they start to act like pack animals. You understand what I'm saying? First, when she was by herself, she was talking nice and, hey, where you going? She waited till another officer came in her vicinity, and then she started to get a little bit more aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? When you're a soft target, well, I won't say soft target, but when these people come at you, they're like pack animals. You know what I mean? They attack in groups. When they're by themselves, an individual, they won't be as bold. You understand what I'm saying? I just wanted to point that out. They're like pack animals.
This is why
Stop.
And I apologize. The video ain't really clear. It's real dark, but we get the point. You know what I'm saying?
Let me go. Resisting. Let me go.
Relax.
Give us.
Get on the ground. Just get on the ground. Stop.
You want me to get on this snow after y'all was worried about me? Really?
You're causing this problem right now. It's never had a go this way.
Sorry, dude. Just relax this arm.
Relax your arms, okay? Relax your arms.
I'm gonna take care of your.
What's your name? Can you always tell me your first name? Tell me your first name. We honestly were just trying to check on you. Okay?
I said I'm
First
good.
of all, you were in the roadway, which is a safety hazard, and you're not supposed to be in the road. All right? You're not at liberty to move around.
Oh,
Okay, just
I
relax.
thought you was turning me around. Why are you trying to put me on the ground for?
Just relax.
Turn around.
Just relax.
You're not at liberty to move
Where do
around.
you live?
I can do it.
Where do you live?
Actually, right now you can. Yes, I
Where
can.
do you live? Where do you live?
All right. He's not going to cooperate.
He's going in the
Pop
car.
him in the back of the car.
Come on, there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Face the car for me. Spread your feet out. Alright. You got anything that's gonna cause you stabbing that like that? You don't have any weapons on you like that?
No, it's ripped.
You don't have an ID on you? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18? Okay.
And you notice this is a kid. Now you may not have noticed he was a kid walking behind him because he's a rather large kid. But when she started talking to him and the way he sounded, like he's coming home from work, he comes home every day this same route, you can tell that's a kid. You know, but because of the system of racism, white supremacy, white people have an innate fear of large black men. You understand what I'm saying? Instantly and automatically, because of their lies, because of their propaganda, they have conditioned themselves to be afraid of the people who they need least to be afraid of. You understand what I'm saying? Because we have been programmed to be good Christians, we don't believe in harming white people. You understand what I'm saying? We have been conditioned to not harm white people. In fact, we would harm each other before we harm one hair on a white person's head. And you've seen this for yourself. Dylan Roof, I think he killed, 9 people in the church. You understand what I'm saying? Do you know these people who survived could not wait to forgive him? He didn't even ask for forgiveness. This is the sickness of religion. Again, I'm telling you all, you need to be spiritual people. Religion, it puts fear in you, and it also puts a buffer between you and the true creative force in this universe. And that's how they control you and enslave you mentally. Okay, let me get back to this. It ain't much longer.
Ocean 1933, Charlie. The map, it looks like homestead. And he's down walking into
What?
Only reason I was walking
Now look at where we are. Lost a whole lot of something out of nothing, dude. That's all you were doing. Yeah. This is Walker. I'll take it. Appreciate it. Rocky Reese.
Works it.
All right. So basically, that's that. Yeah. And I'm gonna turn this back around again because I want you to notice something. When they pull us over, again, when the slave catchers pull over pull up on or pull over if you're in a car, a slave, they want to know where are you going? Why are you around here, nigger? What are you up to? You obviously must be up to something nefarious, cause you black. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, check this. I'm gonna read this again. And this is a slave patroller's oath, North Carolina, 1828. I do swear that I will as searcher of guns. See, they kept asking him about weapons and stuff like that. Swords and other weapons among the slaves in my district. You see what I'm saying? They want to make sure we are soft targets at all times. We don't have weapons on us. And again, we're treated like this because we're truly not citizens of the United States of America. There's two Americas. Let me just break this down for you. There is the corporation of America, the illegal corporation operating on foreign soil called the United States of America. And then, of course, you have the landmass, which we call the United States of America. As far as legalese and court documents in the Black Laws Dictionary, there are two Americas. There's two United States of America. Okay? And we must know this, just so we know this. And again, technically, black people are not truly citizens of the United States. You're only a citizen through your straw man. Your physical body, you are a free moral being and creature, among other things. But when you are born and you're given a birth certificate, that's your straw man. That's your legal entity. And I know that sounds crazy for a lot of you. I don't want you to focus on that. That's not important. I just wanted to throw that out there. But what I'm saying is, in the eyes of the system of racism, white supremacy, they don't see us as citizens of the United States of America, because if you were a true citizen in their eyes, if they thought of you on the same level as they think of themselves or other white people, you would not, or we would not be treated the way we're treated. Do you understand what I'm saying? They do not do this to white people. If that was an 18-year-old white boy, do you think this would have happened to him? No. We've seen it over and over and again. So my goal in this video is to show you, first off, why we are being treated like this continually. And it's because we've been at war for 529 years now. We are simply enemies. I'm not enemies, but we are simply prisoners of war, reclassified as slaves. You understand? And again, Pope Alexander the Sixth he decreed that Spain and Portugal had the right to colonize, convert, and enslave the Aboriginal indigenous people of the Americas. You understand? So, i.e., we are enslaved by the Catholic Church. And that has not been undeclared. That is still going on. You understand? So, we have to understand this. Now, getting back to the tentacles of the octopus of the system of racism and white supremacy, the National Local Police Force is the national local enforcement arm of the system of racism and white supremacy, whose goal is to keep their foot on our necks as black people. That's why when police murder us, they are not punished for murder, especially white cops. Now, there was a Muslim cop that shot a white woman. His ass in jail, and the trial was quick. You see how I'm saying? There's two Americas. There's racist white America, and then there's black America. There's two sets of laws for these two groups of peoples. The law for them ain't the same for us. The system is not broke. It's operating exactly how it was designed, to keep its foot on your neck. You understand what I'm saying? Now, because we are at war, we have to teach our young warriors. We have to teach our young warriors to survive the encounter. Now, I have my two youngest children are 16-year-old twin boys. And I've had to talk to them on a few occasions, and I continue to talk to them because I want them to survive the encounter. And it's hard. It's hard when somebody pull up on you and they being very authoritative to you and you've done nothing. Just because of the color of your skin, you want to lash out and you want to resist. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to remember this, black family. At that point, you are one soldier being confronted by an enemy soldier. The name of the game is to survive the encounter. Now, no matter how civil you be to this soldier or this enemy, your life is still at jeopardy. You still may die. No matter how courteous you are, no matter how much you answer those questions, even in a polite tone, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is reduce any chances of escalation. And it don't mean you being a bitch. It just means you're outsmarting the enemy at this point. And here's what I instruct this is how I instruct my young warriors. I say, boys, when you start driving, they haven't started yet, but they will soon. You get pulled over by the police, or if you're walking and the police pull up on you, and they will, because you're young and you're black. That's just the nature of the beast. Your goal is to survive the encounter. Cop asks you something, it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir, no, ma'am. Same as you would any adult person. Respect. No matter how aggressively and offensively they act, you do not break rank. Again, you are a soldier, okay? And you must follow my orders specifically. You survive the encounter. You remember that officer's name or those officers' names. You make it home to me. You give me that information and I'll deal with it personally. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. But you are a young warrior, you are a soldier, you are to survive the encounter. Okay? Now, because we are in this system of racism, white supremacy, every negative thing that happens to a black person is a hate crime. It is a hate crime. Automatically, whether they realize it or not, that's how I push it. My son comes to me and tell me a race soldier did this, that, and the other. I'm going to file a complaint with the FBI on hate crime charges and the mayor and that police commissioner. All hate crimes. And here's why. I'm building a track record against that officer for that officer's behavior. And if I do this and other people do that, then we'll have a what you call evidence of these wrong behaviors, and this person can possibly be discharged or whatever. Push come to shove, that person will cease to exist, if you understand what I'm saying. Those actions will not be tolerated in our neighborhoods any longer. We will take appropriate action. Please understand. I do not advocate violence. I advocate self-defense. I advocate self-defense for my people. And we have, you want to call them God, I call them universal intelligence. We have a natural right, if you want to say a God-given right, to defend ourselves as men. They try to strip us of our manhood every day. But that's something you can't take from real soldiers and real warriors. That's who we are. That's who we are. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, teach our young warriors to survive the encounter. You let them know that you're not being a punk, you're not being a pussy. You are being an intelligent warrior. Survive the encounter. Live to fight another day. And believe me, we will win this battle. You understand what I'm saying? This young kid was only 18 years old. And he was very upset. He was distraught, and he had every reason to be upset. And I'm so glad they did not kill him. They wanted to. They wanted to so bad. They packed up like pack animals on him. You could tell they was itching for him to do something stupid. To give them enough reason to blow his fucking brains out. And they've done it so often and so many times. I'm just glad it didn't happen. But again, we must understand this evil system of racism, white supremacy, so we can protect our children. And we can continue to move into key areas on this planet and obtain what is rightfully ours. I do hope you understand what I'm saying. Again, I do not advocate violence. but I do advocate defense with deadly force if need be, because that is our natural right. That is our natural right as men and women on this planet. No different than anybody else. Okay? Now, thanks for watching this presentation. Please subscribe. Hit the bell, hit all, so that you're notified when other videos come down the pipe. And again, like I read at the beginning, the goal, I would like for you to help, if you can, anything you can do to help support this channel and this cause. You can do it through PayPal and Cash App. It'll be in the description. And also, too, I do teach about your Aboriginal ancestry. There's an information package only, which is $49, and it's all videos. You know, you can just watch the video and just learn what you got to learn. And then there's also a coaching class, which is the information through videos and coaching. You know, we meet once a week for about an hour or so, and I hold your hand through this process, because holding your hand cuts the learning curve and it reduces any downtime that you may experience. Because when you learn about your real identity, that means you're losing your old false identity, which will cause you a bout of depression. It happened to me. I'm sure it happens to everybody. That's just human nature. When somebody dies, somebody close to you dies, you will go through the 5 stages of grief. Okay? And who's dying? Your old false identity. You understand what I'm saying? And the coaching class will help you get through that, and it's $199. Okay? So thank you for watching the video. Oh, and please, another way you can support this channel is through sharing these videos out to your people you have on your Facebook and Instagram and whatever other social media account you have. Because here's the thing, they work very hard to keep our voices silent. We don't have news organs and TV stations that we can use to get the truth out. So we have to use the tools we have in our hands. Right now, social media. It was not designed for this. It's designed, again, to be sociable, to have fun, and connect with old relatives and friends. But guess what? We have to use this platform as a distribution center to get facts out about who we truly are and what we need to be doing. So you become a distribution channel, you become a distribution center for this information that you're learning. And then I want you on your social media platforms, you create videos about injustices that you see and how it all relates to the system of racism, white supremacy. And then you put those videos out, I'll see them, and then I'll broadcast them out to my social media platforms and Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how this works. We are at the bottom as far as this is a grassroots movement. You know what I'm saying? We are the new black media. The old black media has let us down. Roland Martin, I forget that billionaire who just bought some TV stations and was suing somebody, Byron Allen. These people have platforms and big studio houses, Tyler Perry. The amount of good that these people could do their people, if they were not tools for the system of racism, white supremacy, we could change things almost overnight. But since we cannot depend on these people, we have to depend on ourselves. We have to become like-minded in our learning, and so that we could help distribute this information out to other people, so we build up the soldiers on our side of the board. Again, we are prisoners of war. War was declared on us by the Roman Catholic Church in 1493. You saw it for yourself. That war was never undeclared. These people are our 529-year-old open enemies. It's important for you to know that, because then you start to understand why things are happening the way they are happening. We're not seen as citizens. We are prisoners of war, falsely categorized as slaves. Now, slavery did happen. First, there was Indian slavery. Do you know that there are 94 Indian wars on this continent for the sole purpose of obtaining slaves? But they told us in our history books they couldn't enslave the Indians because they would run away, and then they had to go get West African slaves. You on the right channel. I want you to get caught up with all this information. Again, I do teach. You can go to the description and you see my email address. Please let me know that you're interested in coaching or in just the information, and I'll get you caught up. And again, there's the Cash App and PayPal. We all just got to work as one. Again, you are a distribution center for this information. Get it out there to your people, and then they'll get it out to their people, and it just comes, it multiplies. I don't know if y'all as old as me and y'all remember this shampoo commercial. It says, you tell a friend, and then they tell a friend, and then so on and so on, and that's how this social media thing works. You know what I'm saying? So you just, while you're having fun on social media, you just, still, you don't have to stop what you're doing, just share. And you see other stuff and you share that. You're having fun. At the same time, you're helping your people. You now are part of the new black media. Okay? Now, with that being said, I'm going to end this broadcast. Thanks for watching.